Welcome back everybody to Cooking with Rico. I am so happy and ecstatic to have you guys back with me. If it's your first time checking out, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Cooking with Rico. Thank you so much, but welcome. I am so happy to be able to cook something really good for you guys today. So sit tight, let's get it on. So, our recipe for today, everyone, is cherry chicken. We're gonna be cooking some cherry chicken today. Try to say that multiple times. Let's go to our ingredients, shall we? Of course, I have 6 pieces of chicken, so I mixed it up with a little bit of drumsticks and thighs, right? Then we have 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. We have a half a cup of flour for our chicken. And then we have 1 cup of sugar, white sugar. As you can see here, we actually have some pitted cherry, and I actually put maybe like a cup or 2 of water, right? So I can dilute it just a little bit, so you'll see exactly as we're cooking it how this is kind of like our salsa, right? A little bit of flavor, sabor, as far as with for the chicken as well. And then we're gonna have a little bit of oranges, aka tangerine. So you can actually use slices of oranges, as well as I'm gonna actually use some peeled tangerines in here. We're gonna finish off as far as with a little bit of cilantro for a little bit of decorations for you to be able to enjoy that. And also we're gonna serve as a side of rice, right? A little bit of rice to go along with it, and who cannot go bad with a little bit of pan, a little bit of bread. So big shout out to Saint Pierre, France. Right? This bread is so good. If you haven't picked this up, it's actually 4 brioche baguettes. That's what I say. That's what I say. So make sure you pick up this as well too to go along. If you're a bread lover, you love pan, it's the way to go. All right, everybody, let's get to cooking. Okay, so at this time, we're gonna actually throw a little bit of olive oil in here, and we're gonna coat the skillet. Make sure it's nice and coated. Always not have a nice little brush, so you have to really pick up the pan if you don't want to, but it's up to you. So now let's get to seasoning the chicken. So what I'm gonna use for seasoning, I'm gonna use a little bit of coriander ground. It's actually a little bit of sweet and mild, have a little citrus taste. So I'm gonna actually coat the chicken as far as with that, but you can season like anything. You can season as far as your chicken however you wish, but I like the coriander. I like to use different types of seasoning to basically give it a nice little flavor to it. So this won't take away from the cherry flavor, but it's gonna add a little bit of accent to that as well. So I'm only gonna do just one side because you want to basically blend that in as far as with the chicken and the cherry sauce once you get there. All right, we're gonna dump in the half a cup of flour. So we're gonna lightly, we're gonna not indulge this, so we're gonna lightly put this in here, right? Nice and light, right? Just make sure you have a nice little thin coat in here. And we're gonna transfer this to a skillet. I'm gonna do this for each one of these as well. If for some kind of reason you feel that you need a little bit more olive oil, then do so. Because sometimes, you know, with certain pans, you want to make sure that it's coated evenly, right? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be flipping to make sure that it's nice and brown, right, on both sides. Keep this in mind that when you're browning this, I like to keep mine light brown, right? I don't like it like really dark, because remember that once we brown this, we're gonna actually be keeping this on for at least 20 minutes. And the reason why you don't want to overcook it, because you still have time for it to actually cook through, get the juices flowing, and go from there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually keep it there, and I'm going to reduce it to medium. Now we're going to let this go, and I'm going to cover this. So you'll keep the steam and everything there, and you'll see that as it gets hot, the steam, as you can probably see, it's starting to get, you know, a little bit of moist already. All right, everyone, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna transfer this over to my cutting board, or you can transfer it to a nice little plate, because we will be bringing this back. So keep it nice and easy. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to transfer a little bit of this oil, and we're going to actually dump it out, and we're going to keep just a little bit of oil and a little bit of drippings here for the pan. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to actually pour in the cherry juice here. We're gonna leave a little bit of reserve. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this simmer a little bit. And then I'm gonna add some sugar to this as well. So we're gonna add that half a cup of sugar. Isn't that going to be sweet? So make sure you're on medium heat there. And we're going to let that simmer. So now we have the 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. We're going to mix that into the reserve sauce for the cherry juice. So we're going to mix that in there. Get that on. Right, mix it all in. Right, get that all mixed up. Since we brought this to a boil and it's simmering, now we're going to add this in here. Now, as you may know, cornstarch makes the sauce thicker, so we're going to add a little bit more. So we're going to let that simmer just a little bit more. Let the cornstarch go to work. And if you need to add a little bit more cornstarch as well, please do, based off of, you know, how thin the sauce is. So if you need to add just a little bit more, please do so. But you'll start seeing that it will start to thicken as well. Okay, so now we're gonna transfer the chicken right back into the sauce now. Then I'm gonna add in the oranges. Or tangerines in my case. Gives a nice little extra flavor, nice little extra kick to it. Get it all around there. So we're gonna let that simmer. We're gonna bring that down to low heat. Flip the chicken over. Look at that. Swirl the sauce right over. I love to flip my chicken. It looks so good while you're doing it. Each piece. A little butter. I'm gonna let that simmer to medium low. Okay, everybody, here we go. Wow, look at that. So I'm gonna give you a nice little leg here. Nice little thigh here. Go along with it. Of course, you gotta throw some cherries on top. No pun intended. End it off with a little bit of And there you have it, everybody. The masterpiece. Cherry chicken, side of rice, nice little brioche bread, French, and a little bit of cilantro with white rice. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.